we can segue into that.
I still don't think Michael B. Jordan can act. I'm saying I'm.
I need you to do me a favor. There's
a door.
How many?
There's a door.
Yeah.
There's a door.
Okay.
So there's a door.
I'm a
there's a door.
I'm ready for this.
There's a door.
You think as an actor?
Yes.
As an actor.
Yes.
You're telling me Michael B. Jordan can act?
As an actor, Michael B. Jordan did a crazy, exceptional job in the performance of that film that he had to portray.
All right, can I be okay?
That's what we're asking because that's what you're talking about, right? You're not talking about all the other movies that he did.
When Michael B. Jordan
I'm saying,
acts, I don't feel anything.
You're generalizing it.
I see a good looking,
you're generalizing
it. Man reciting lines,
bro. But you're generalizing it.
When other actors act, I feel I'm transformed.
Every actor you watch, you don't feel something. Stop the cap.
All the great ones.
Stop.
Pursuit of Happiness.
You've watched a lot of movies that you watch. Yo, can you stop doing that? Let me speak.
I'm not gonna bury my son.
Let me speak. That is a different type. Now you're comparing movies to how an actor is based on the theme.
I knew Michael B. Jordan couldn't act after I saw Just Mercy.
Just Mercy is a different movie than this.
Oh, almost. Yeah.
No, but that's when I knew he couldn't do it.
Yo, my thing is when actors are placed in roles.
Do you think the two twins were different? You saw the difference, or did you just see a guy trying to?
No, I saw two different. Do you know twins? Do you know any twins?
We went to school. We went to high school.
So you know that there's a lot. So most identical twins that I know are very, very similar.
Yeah,
and there's just slight little nuances.
Okay, let me ask you this.
All right, go ahead.
Because I think we're getting ahead of it because
we're going far away. I'm sorry.
No. But it's within the context.
Offensive to hear Michael B. Jordan.
It's offensive to hear he can't act
in that movie.
No. Okay, can I be real?
It's offensive.
When I say he can't act, I'm not saying the man can't act. The man's been acting.
Yeah, you're just saying that you don't love his acting.
I'm saying the upper echelon that they try and put Michael B. Jordan in, like he's our next Oscar winner.
Who's doing that?
You know what I'm saying? Michael B. Jordan's our next Oscar. I saw Oscar buzz for this performance.
The movie is Oscar buzz.
No.
The movie.
Hold on. I saw Oscar buzz.
The movie.
All right, go ahead.
No, but I said the movie.
No. So the Oscar buzz. I'm not talking about the movie.
Okay.
Ryan Coogler is a genius.
You're not talking about the movie.
His writing
anymore.
is a genius.
But that's how
I saw people say that Michael B. Jordan's performance was worthy of an Oscar nomination. That type of stuff needs to stop. It's offensive.
It's not offensive. Have you seen Oscar-nominated actors before? Are we going to say every single one?
I've never.
So then, therefore, don't tell me that you've never seen an Oscar-nominated actor and go, "Wow, I'm shocked how we got that one." Sometimes it happens. I'm not saying that performance that he did is 100% a shoo-in for an Oscar-nominated actor.
We're
not talking about that because you're
glazing on Michael B. Jordan.
I'm going to say.
You have to hold on. You have to base. Oscar nominations is based on the movies of this year. It's not of all-time movies or the movies of the past 5 years or 2 years. It's compared to what happens this year. So depending on the rest of the movies that happens this year, there's a possibility. Is it going to happen right now just off of if I just look at the generality of Oscars that I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years? It might not. But is that movie Oscar is that Oscar conversation at all for this movie?
I think it should get nominated
for
Best Picture.
It could be best soundtrack,
best original score, probably original song. It might win for the
fashion in that
wardrobe,
costume design,
the costume.
Okay.
For that,
it also has one of my favorite sequences ever in the history of movies.
Delroy for supporting actor.
Delroy Lindo.
So come on, what are we talking about?
Look at Delroy Lindo and see what Delroy Lindo made you feel watching that film, and then come tell me Michael B. Jordan is an Oscar-nominated actor after that performance. That's crazy.
What I am saying is he did a great job for that role. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know about if it's going to be Oscar nominated or not. I'm not all the way over there.
So Michael B. Jordan's your guy. So that's a top guy to you.
Wait. No, see, you keep moving the goalposts. What do we mean? Is he the top guy? What are we talking about?
Top guy to you?
Something.
In what?
Is Michael B. Jordan a top actor? Is he A-level actor?
A-level actor.
A-level actor.
Yes, he is.
Gotcha.
What's an A-level actor? Someone who brings in money, right? To the box office, right?
No. Oh,
because Dwayne Johnson is one too.
No, but he's
an A.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
What are we talking about?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a blockbuster superstar.
Okay, so this is a blockbuster film. So therefore,
he's in it. So
they put you in the A. They put you there.
I got you, but I just want to finish.
Okay.
When I say A-level actor, I'm thinking of somebody even like.
So someone that doesn't bring the people to the
might not bring the people into the movies.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Their performances,
like hip hop stuff, right?
Their performances,
great rappers, but don't sell albums. Go ahead.
ever be denied. Ever.
So
to me, or an A-level actor is somebody where You know what? Any year they're in a movie, they're live for an Oscar. They're live. Like if they're in it, they're live for an Oscar.
That's a different category of.
That's A-level to me. You're live. Meryl Streep,
there's not
A-level.
So there's not many. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm
that
saying.
would be the.
People
There's not many.
glaze Michael B. Jordan like he's that.
Who does?
Can I ask you a question?
Who glazes
no,
him?
wait, fuck that. Let me ask you this question. Is his performance a level up from things that he's ever done before?
No.
All right, cool. Continue then.
You think it is?
I think this is his best performance
You
of.
think he's better than this than he was in Creed 1?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, this is what I'll say, and this is something that I was discussing with
Better
you.
than this in Fruitvale Station.
It's hard for me to argue that because that's one of the first, and that's a true story stuff. And that's what I'm saying with movies is difficult.
Which is why
it's
when he
hard.
couldn't do nothing in Just Mercy, I knew what I was dealing with.
Just Mercy that's a Jamie Foxx movie, man. Let him run that.
Wow.
Well, it is. It's a Jamie Foxx movie, man.
Wow.
He's the one in jail. He's the one that had to carry all the emotional scenes of that film.
You know what's weird? It's almost like sometimes when you think some films, the guy who's in trouble is the guy who gets the plot. We've seen that before. But as the supporting actor, you still carry some weight. I'm thinking of Denzel Washington in Philadelphia against Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks obviously gets the Oscar because he's the one in distress. Nobody would look at that and think, Denzel didn't really do too much here. I watched Just Mercy and I wonder what Michael B. Jordan did with the role.
That's fair.
So when I think A-level, I think anytime you're in a film, you're live for an Oscar.
So therefore,
Daniel Day-Lewis was like that. Timothy Chalamet right now is like that. Anytime he's in a movie, he's live for an Oscar. Leonardo DiCaprio was like that. Anytime he's in a movie, he's live for an Oscar. Live.
So I guess all the whites and not many blacks.
Anytime Denzel's in a movie, he's live for an Oscar. What are you talking about?
Wow, that's one. Great.
Anytime Morgan Freeman's in a movie, he was live for an Oscar. There was a run.
Continue. All right. Now we're gonna.
I'm wrong for that?
Every time Morgan Freeman's in a movie,
not in the
oh
cameo
my God
roles.
Almighty.
When Morgan Freeman was in Invictus with Matt Damon, he wasn't live for the leading roles. How many leading roles does he have?
But you said every
when
movie.
he was in $1 Million Baby, he wasn't live for an Oscar. When he was in Invictus, the man doesn't act that much no more.
He does.
In those type of roles to get what the Now You See Me movies. That's what we doing.
Now you see me, now you don't, nigga. Go ahead, man. What are you gonna say? X?
All right, sorry.
No, please, no. You guys have the floor. If there's anything you want to continue,
No, because
I think
they were going somewhere with the sinners part because that's where we were talking about the movie part before we got to Jonathan Majors. I mean Jonathan Majors.
See, you
Michael
say the
Michael B.
name of
Jordan.
another guy. Probably his situation notwithstanding,
what
that's
I'll
a dude
say
that was
is,
about to be live every time.
I think when it comes to
Live.
film, music, and various art forms and forms of excellence and performance, I think we get into this thing where we feel like it is so important to talk about the element of what that person brought outside of the thing itself, or like external factors. Like we're talking about the Sinners movie, right? It crushed a lot of expectations. Variety said a lot of disrespectful things about its performance, about what it was poised to make. And right now
Variety,
it's at 2/3.
They thought it would have made no money, right?
Yeah, and
they're like, who's Michael B. Jordan? He doesn't bring people to the box office. No one's watching that.
Right.
Film.
Do you think they came from Michael or they came from Ryan Coogler?
Both.
Gotcha.
and it doing 230 million worldwide and
On a
and,
budget
and
of
forcing
like 70
of
something.
90
Nice.
and
Wow.
and forcing
IMAX.
IMAX to readjust its
Schedule.
its scheduling because Thunderbolts, which is also the new Avengers plot twist, that was the film to take the position in IMAX next, but they have reopened it for I think May 15th to give people a new opportunity. There were so many people that were trying to get new tickets that it crashed the AMC website. So what I say that to say, there has been a lot of critique of Michael B. Jordan's acting that I've perceived, that I've witnessed just in the zeitgeist of film, of people's entertainment value and things like that. But there's three things that I want to draw attention to. One is that when you have certain expectations for something, like there's a lot of people that said, because we didn't really talk about how everybody felt about the movie in general. But what I will say is that there's this preconceived hype and this thing that comes outside of just ingesting the content itself, that it causes people to have an unrealistic expectation of what they expect to happen with the content. And sometimes people can't just say, yo, this was great, or this wasn't for me, or I didn't like it. So what happens is with something like this that has so much fanfare, that has so much propping up because of how well done it was, because of everybody's individual efforts and Ryan Coogler's culminating and bringing all this together to such a immaculate story in a way that I haven't really ingested media wise in a while. You start to question, is Michael B. Jordan a good actor, a bad actor? I don't think that matters, or I don't think that conversation should come up in a situation where the final product was so good. Now, there are situations where you can bring that up when you're just talking about him as an actor. If you're looking at just like his film discography or what have you, filmography, or you're trying to compare him to of course. And when you're comparing him to various other actors that you feel like is better or worse or what have you. But this is a film that is widely recognized as a success across all fields. And I think this is, and even detractors, previous detractors of Michael B. Jordan have said this was so well done that it actually elevated my thoughts of him as an actor. Now, what I will also say is there's something that the Black community is plagued with, especially when it comes to America.
Not a plague.
It's a plague of sorts. It is our inability to just be. It's like we have to be excellent or we are absolute dog trash ass. Like we are not allowed to have the actors, sports, athletes, politicians, executives that are they're just good for what it is for.
You think that's only America?
No, I didn't say only America. The Black community is plagued with it because when you're 13% of the population in America, you're already working against numbers, and then therefore everybody has this elevated expectation. You're supposed to be the one that changes the culture for your family. You're supposed to be the one that rises out the hood of the hundreds of niggas. So there's this unbridled, like almost unrealistic expectation of just pure sheer excellence that is like we talk about Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is one of one. In any color, but especially in the Black community and as far as Black actors, you can only compare him to others like Sidney Poitier, and like it's a very short list. So I say that to say when Michael B. Jordan does a good job and plays his role,
I still think that's an understatement.
No. But what I say is but I'm just saying. Now I'm generalizing it. When he does a good job in something, it's like
a great job.
He's not allowed to just be somebody that did a dope job that elevated a movie and help. And the other element too that I was going to say is the partnership that he has with Ryan Coogler. That is someone that in most times when you have an actor or director, rapper, singer, artist, producer, sometimes when you start to reach different accolades, you migrate and you move on from that person and you don't continue working and building on something. Yeah. So when you see that there's someone who is maintaining that and not forgetting and not leaving the person in the dust, even though they're reaching different heights, that is also another thing that you cannot. And I'm saying this as a creative myself. I'm not saying this as just some random person. Like there is a difference when you're collaborating with someone that you've went in the mud with.
The glazing.
No, but go ahead.
The glazing is going crazy here.
No, because I didn't put him on Denzel Washington's level.
2025, we're not allowed to big up people for what they did. Right. Because it's called glazing when you big up someone. We glaze LeBron, we glazing Michael B, we glazing this person, we glazing that.